Hello and welcome. This is Professor Gio Joy from Christy Jayanti College, Bangalore, and I am here to describe in this lecture session about DDA line drawing technique, that is digital differential analyzer. As a prelude to this lecture session, we will be going through some mathematical terms, that is the basics of geometry, how you represent an equation in mathematics, degree of an equation, equations of first degree, straight line and its slope, properties of straight lines with positive slope, slope equal to unity, as well as properties of straight lines with negative slope, and of course the slope intercept form of a straight line, which is very much essential for the derivation of digital differential analyzer line drawing technique. The word geometry is derived from the Greek words geo, which means earth, and metron, which means measurement. And the analytical geometry, also known as coordinate geometry or Cartesian geometry, is the study of geometry using a coordinate system. The Cartesian coordinate system can be represented in a plane wherein you have two perpendicular axes, the x as well as the y axis, and the bisection point of these two axes, that is represented here as the coordinate 0, 0. Okay, that is considered as the origin. And every coordinate in this plane can be represented with two numeric values like this 2, 3, where the value 2 represents the distance of this point along the horizontal x-axis, and the value 3 represents the distance of this point along the vertical y-axis. Once you say about equation in mathematics, equation is considered as an algebraic expression which has got an equal to symbol in it. So the example given here, the expression is like 2x plus 9 is equal to 24, where 9 and 24 are nothing but integer constants. X is the variable there and 2 is the coefficient of the variable x. And there are different terms in this equation. The first term is 2x, second term is 9, third term is 24. So here we have the equal to sign here embedded in this algebraic expression. Hence, we say it is an equation. So left-hand side is equated to the right-hand side. So you see the right-hand side here. Okay, so they are given some examples of equations here. The first example is y is equal to 8 into x minus 9y, okay, is equal to 8 into x minus 9. That can be considered as an equation. Okay, you can have the second expression, which is not an equation because there is no equal to symbol present there. But the third has a equal to expression. So that's why it is an equation. Now coming to the term degree of an equation. So degree of an equation describes the highest power of any variable in the equation. So in the first example here, the expression is like 2 into x plus 1 is equal to 3, where the variable is x and its highest power happens to be 1. X is nothing but x to the power of 1. Hence, the degree of the above equation can be considered as 1. It's a first degree equation. And the second example here, that is 2 into x square y cube plus 3xy square is equal to 24x plus 3. This equation, there are two variables, x as well as y, and the highest power of variable x happens to be 2, and the highest power of variable y happens to be 3 here. And this equation is considered of degree 3 because the highest power of any one of the variable is 3. The variable y is having the highest power as 3. And equations of first degree. Now, equations of first degree are otherwise called as linear equations in the analytical geometry. Why? Because it represents a straight line. As the term denotes, the first four alphabets are L-I-N-E. That represents a straight line. Now, equations of first degree can be of one variable or multiple variables. So the equations of first degree in one variable can be generically represented as a into x plus b is equal to c. where you can say the B and C are constants and A is the coefficient of variable X, and A should not be equal to 0. And equations of first degree in two variables, one example we have given here, that is A into X plus BY plus C is equal to 0. Again, here C is a constant, A, B are constants, but they are coefficients of the variables X and Y respectively. And A and B should not be equal to 0. So you can have first degree equations of multiple variables. It need not be of a single variable. You can have multiple variables for equations of first degree. Now, coming to straight line representation. So a straight line can be represented by the endpoints like in the diagram here, P and Q. So the first endpoint is represented generically as x1, y1, and the second endpoint is represented as x2, y2. And here in this diagram, negative 4, 5, that is the first endpoint, and 4, 17 is the second endpoint. The other term what you have to learn about a straight line is called the slope of a straight line. So if x1, y1 and x2, y2 are the endpoints of a straight line, the slope formula is given as slope is represented by the alphabet m, and m is given as change in y ordinates divided by change in x ordinates. So that is the endpoints, x1, y1 and x2, y2 are the endpoints. So y2 minus y1 is the change in the y ordinate divided by x2 minus x1. That is a change in the x ordinates. This ratio will give you the slope of a straight line. And in this diagram here, you have x1, y1 as negative 4, 5, x2, y2 is 4, 17. So if you calculate the slope, it will evaluate as 17. That is nothing but your y2 minus your y1 is 5. So 17 minus 5 is in the numerator, divided by denominator is going to be x2 minus x1. x2 is your 4 minus x1 is nothing but negative 4, not 5, negative 4. So the slope will be evaluated as the ratio what you get from there. Now, again, in this diagram, you can see another example of a slope. Okay, so here the coordinates x1, y1 are represented as 2, 3, and x2, y2 is represented as 8, 6. Okay, and you have the difference in y ordinates y2 minus y1, that is your 6 minus 3, that is nothing but 3. This is the difference in y ordinates. And you have the difference in x ordinates, that is x2 minus x1, that is 8 minus 2, you will get the value as 6. So the ratio between these two, that is 3 divided by 6, that is nothing but 0.5. That is the slope of this straight line, what is represented here. So there is a formula called slope intercept form representation of straight line, and it's again a first degree equation in two variables x and y. Okay, and the generic form is like this: y is equal to m into x plus b, where m is denoted as the slope of the straight line and b is called the y-intercept. Okay, b is the y-intercept. Now what is this y-intercept? So y-intercept, like if you consider any straight line like this green line or this blue line here, okay, you see that this straight line cuts the y-axis, the vertical y-axis at some point, then this vertical distance is considered as your y-intercept of that straight line. Similarly, this blue line, okay, it's cutting the y-axis at some point, so that distance is your y-intercept b. Now coming to the slope, okay, I have given different examples of slopes, like for different sets of straight line. A negative slope straight line, how it looks like. So here, the negative slope straight line, given an example like this, the y2 minus y1, okay, y2 minus y1, which happens to be in the numerator, happens to be negative 4 here, and x2 minus x1, which has to be in the denominator, is a value of positive 2. So the slope happens to be negative 4 by 2, that is but nothing but a negative slope of negative 2. Okay, and the lines which goes down as you move along, that is represented as a negative slope straight line. Okay, so easy to understand from this diagram. Now there are lines with zero slope. Okay, the purely horizontal straight line, strictly horizontal straight line like this. Okay, where you have y2 minus y1 will be zeros. Okay, y2 minus y1 is going to be 0 here. the numerator, and x2 minus x1 is some other numerical quantity. Okay, like those straight lines are considered as straight lines of zero slope. Okay, they are nothing but purely horizontal straight line which are parallel to x-axis. Okay, and you can have straight lines with positive slope. So the inclination is shown here like this. Okay, here y2 minus y1 will be positive, as well as your x2 minus x1 is also positive here. So that's why you get a positive slope here. Or you can have the numerator as well as denominator which are negative quantities, then also you can get a positive slope. Now there may be straight lines with slope equal to 1, that is unity. So that happens when the difference in y ordinates of the endpoints and difference in x ordinates of the endpoints are both same, one and the same. So that means y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1, both numerator and denominator happens to be same, like in this case 3 by 3, then you will get a slope equal to unity 1. And you can have straight lines with slope undefined. So in mathematics, when you say a quantity undefined is when you have a division where 0 appears in the denominator. So this straight line is a purely vertical straight line which is parallel to your y-axis. Okay, so in this straight line, what we observe here is y2 minus y1 is a positive quantity, that is 3. But what about x2 minus x1? x2 minus x1 happens to be 0. Okay, so it's a purely vertical straight line. So the denominator happens to be 0. So we say the slope is undefined for this particular straight line. Okay, so we covered these basic points here. We started with the definition of geometry, analytical geometry. Then we covered the representation of equation, straight line, slope of a straight line, okay, slope intercept form of a straight line. And we have seen the examples of lines with different slopes here. So once you gain the knowledge of all these mathematical aspects, now we can go forward to the next lecture on the derivation of digital differential analyzer algorithm or technique for representing a straight line or plotting a straight line. Thank you.